In your safe spot now.
We heard that the tornado was coming, that it was going to hit the church.
This is how Northridge Wesleyan pastor Scott Ritz remembers Memorial Day 2019, the largest of the Miami Valley's 15 tornadoes. An EF4 severely damaged his church that night.
From that doorway this way, it was gone. Everything was out in the parking lot.
His story, like so many others, is of a journey to bring back what was lost.
If an F4 tornado can't destroy this church, I don't know what would.
A church built in the 1940s is now a tornado recovery story. From Northridge to Trotwood. Mayor Mary McDonald says rebuilding continues in one of our hardest hit communities.
This tornado has really changed the body of Trotwood.
A massive change. The Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission says more than 1,000 Trotwood properties were impacted by the tornado. 746 of them were single-family homes.
There's difficulty in people finding housing right now.
But across the Miami Valley, we may never know the storm's true damage total. While storm damage analyst Brian Wood estimates up to $1 billion in damage, he tells Storm Center 7 there is a lack of data. Wood says that means we'll likely never know how many without insurance lost possessions or property and may never recover. But to help with the recovery, the Tornado Survivors Pathway to Ownership project will transform this Trotwood house and the empty lot next door into affordable homes for Trotwood-impacted renters to buy.
It will help the community tremendously, not only the family that's being affected.
Brother in Disaster Ministries, a national network of volunteers, is one of several relief groups helping out.
Well, I've never, as I said, seen a house built from the beginning, but it's even better knowing that it's going to be mine.
Alicia Moore is the Pathway Project's first approved applicant. The EF4
I broke down. He said, your house is literally gone.
Destroyed her Dayton apartment. Through the Pathways Project, Alicia and as many as 50 other Southwest Ohio families will get a brand new home.
A blessing in disguise. You deal with what you have and you find a way to make it work for you. And I was grateful enough to be able to be chosen for a new home.
It wasn't just the homes or the families who lived there 2 years ago that were torn apart, but the trees. Hundreds shredded for miles.
Sky 7 shows the landscape and the tree canopy forever changed. To change this, the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission tells Storm Center 7 they've partnered with a nonprofit called Retreat. Their goal is to replace neighborhood trees lost 2 years ago. For example, brown patches of grass and rows of logs inside Harrison Township's Sinclair Park shows what's still left 2 years after centuries-old trees were destroyed.
I remember a neighbor said to me, you okay? And I went, the trees are gone.
For former Trotwood Councilman Rap Hankins,
we had at least 15 to 20 50-year-old trees.
The loss is still devastating.
You'd come home to Trotwood and it would actually smell different because the trees were here.
You know, people plant trees when they get married, when their children were born. They take pictures of their children in front of the same tree every year.
Deeply rooted emotional connections ripped away by the tornadoes is what Retreat Director Grady McGann says his nonprofit hopes to heal.
And we're coming to help. We're coming to help and to plant these trees.
Over the next 2 years, project leaders say roughly 1,000 trees will be planted in our hardest hit neighborhoods, from Perry Township to Beaver Creek. In just about 5 short hours, neighborhoods that lost their trees will receive up to 200 new ones, standing 6 to 10 feet tall.
We're at the end of planting day, and you can look around and see all of the new trees. It is just such a joyous occasion.
A celebration of life, something so many are grateful for.
And it's just amazing how little damage was done to the sanctuary.
And I was grateful enough to be able to be chosen for a new home.
Thank you to everybody who has stood together with everybody that lives in the Miami Valley.
2 years after 15 tornadoes, the Miami Valley continues moving forward with a spirit of recovery and strength. I'm Chief Meteorologist McCall Vrydags. Storm Center 7.